Greg arrived home around 4 p.m., 2 hours earlier than usual. He discovered that his wife, Georgia's car was not in the garage, which was unusual since she was a high school teacher and was returning home around 3 p.m. They had been happily married for 9 years and were planning to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary at a club next door in 2 weeks. Almost all of their close friends and relatives were invited to the celebration, and they both put a lot of effort into preparing everything. After waiting another hour, he began to worry that something bad had happened to her and called her. Her phone went to voicemail, and he left a message. "Hey, baby. I came home early to help prepare favors for the guests and found the house empty. Since you usually leave me a message when you stay late, I'm worried about you. Call me ASAP. Love you." He was about to call her teacher friends when he heard the garage door open. He opened the garage door and saw her getting out of the car. "Where have you been?" "I was so worried." "Why are you home so early?" "Usually you don't get home until after 6, but now it's only the beginning of 6. He noticed that her elbows were covered in brown dirt and green grass marks, as were the knees on her jeans. She was dressed casually because Friday was a casual dress code day at her school. "Did you play football at your school?" She looked down at her dirty stains. "No, I'll tell you everything. But first I need to take a shower. I had a flat tire, and one of the nice male teachers helped me change it. It's in the trunk, so maybe you can take it out and fix it later. Tony said there was a nail in it." "So the grass and mud stains appeared when you were lying on the ground and helping to change the tire?" She laughed. "No, silly. The spots appeared when I thanked Tony for his help in changing the tire. I need to go get myself in order because after sex I don't feel comfortable." She grabbed her purse and walked past her husband, who was frozen in shock. He came to his senses and carefully went upstairs, where he discovered that her jeans were lying on the floor of their bedroom, and next to them were soiled white cotton panties. They bear marks from recent sex. The bathroom door was ajar, so he could see her shirt fall to her feet, as did her white bra a few seconds later. He heard the shower door open and the water turn on. "Who are you?" he asked, seeing her bare ass move under the hot water. He was again shocked to see large red handprints on her white buttocks. It was obvious that someone had spanked her. "How did these marks end up on your butt?" "It's me, your wife. Tony said I was a bad girl and spanked me. It hurt quite a bit. I liked it, so we'll have to try it next time we have sex." She giggled. "Damn, I can't believe this. How can you laugh and pretend that you didn't cheat on me? Have you lost your mind?" "I didn't cheat on you. It wasn't planned and just happened. There was no kissing, not even foreplay. It was just raw animal lust, and we couldn't control ourselves. He had you without any protection." "You must be crazy, because not only can you get pregnant, but you can also contract sexually transmitted diseases." "I don't think so. He said he had never done this before and had only been with his wife, and he said he had a vasectomy. I thought you said it was spontaneous, without foreplay or conversation." "When did you talk about this?" "After it was all over," she said. "Well, he did it 2 or maybe 3 times." "What? And you still believe that you haven't committed adultery? You're just crazy. I wish you wouldn't use such words. You know I don't like them. And no, since this was not planned, I had no ill intent towards you or our marriage. You don't want to hear evil words from me, but you allowed another man to copulate with you." "Honey, I don't love him. When you and I do this, we make love. It was just physical lust satisfying our needs. I needed to reward him and he needed to please me." "Happened? What happened? Did he please you? Have you reached your peak?" "Oh, well, yes. It was exciting, feeling him do this to me for almost an hour. Of course, I peaked several times, so don't think we'll be doing it tonight. It hurts too much, and it actually feels like he stretched me out, so I probably won't even be able to feel you. There's no chance of that happening now that I'm completely pissed off. When you're done showering, you can start getting ready." "Wow. Are we going on a trip?" "Actually, 2 trips. You are going to your parents' house, and tomorrow I am going to a meeting with a lawyer." "Well, I'm finally clean." She smiled. "I'm sorry. What did you say about my parents' lawyer?" "I'm saying I'm kicking your cheating ass out of my house and I'm going to divorce you. Do you need help?" "But baby, it doesn't mean anything to me. I've done this before, and you never complained." "What?" "Before, remember a few years ago when your friend Tom helped me paint the downstairs bathroom? I told you I was going to reward him." "Reward him? I thought you baked him his favorite cookies?" "I baked it, but he wanted more, so I gave it to him. It wasn't planned and just happened, like today. And it didn't happen again. To him. To hell with him. Who else, Georgia?" She could tell he was completely pissed off and things weren't going well. "I think I need to stop talking because you're starting to lose your temper. I'll tell you about Bobby and Randy another time. My two brothers. You bitch is a liar. That's all. Get dressed. You have 10 minutes to gather your stuff and get out of my sight." "Greg, you're being unreasonable. I never kissed any of them, and none of them ever saw my bare breasts. It was just rough animal sex." "Ah!" he shouted before he turned and ran out of the room. She sighed and went out to get dressed. "I guess I'd better not tell him about Preacher John and the headmaster, Mr. Wilson." "I heard it. They got divorced. Greg beat the crap out of his two brothers and never spoke to them again. Yes, his friend Tom's face collided with a baseball bat, and he lost an eye and 5 teeth. Poor old Mr. Wilson was found unconscious, drunk and naked on the floor in the middle of the gym. The preacher, well, he confessed to the parishioners and retired for a long time. Georgia, let's just say, is still handing out cookies and living with her parents. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one.